All right. Scott Tiffany with Love and Live More. I'm here with Kate Barnidge. Kate, you've got an incredible story.
Really, it's all Jesus, absolutely.
And your story, I'd like to go 3 parts.
Please.
Okay, I'd like to have the part before, the part when you met Jesus, and the part after. So let's start with part 1.
Yes, Scott.
Okay.
So I was 20 years in the New Age. At the end of that, I was a professional psychic and medium. I had all kinds of skills and techniques that I had acquired to heal people, and people saw me at my private office in South Austin and also online. I was creating programs for people online, classes, and seeing people on one-to-one mentorship.
So you were all in on the New Age.
And I had the bullhorn. I was like, we're going this way, everybody, come on.
And when you're going all in, and let's just talk a little bit about that, because I'm not all that familiar with the New Age.
So the New Age is something that is really helpful when you don't feel like you have any power or control over things that have happened in the world. And it's a way to establish techniques and tools to gain control of the unseen aspects of life. And we all can figure it out from, like, physiologically, those unseen things affect the physical world. And so people in the New Age are really looking for healing. They're looking for truth. They're looking for ways to manage life circumstances because they don't have a savior yet.
So you really were, you believed 100% in what you were doing is absolutely needed for everybody.
I did, absolutely,
yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So what made you start to think, maybe this isn't the way?
You know, at some point, I started looking around my life and kind of turning out my pockets like they were empty.
Okay.
And I felt as though, and this is a Christian term, but I felt as though my life had no fruit. And that's absolutely what it was. It didn't matter what skill I applied, what healing technique I used. It didn't matter how much I knew or understood about the workings of the world. I still couldn't make my life good or full of peace or full of, or even to feel loved.
Okay.
That was a big thing.
The big thing was
like, I don't really know that I'm getting loved.
So the New Age, you may have seen the supernatural, but it had no fruit, and you definitely didn't feel loved.
Correct. And I do want to correct a little bit with what you just said back to me, is that there is fruit. These techniques do work, but real fruit.
Right.
The real fruit of peace and love and joy and ease.
Yeah. Yeah.
Knowing where you can trust.
Okay. So as you're trying to figure this out, what were some of the signs that maybe this isn't the right path?
I don't know that I had a sign. I just felt it very uneasy in my spirit, and I started to become very angry.
Okay.
And I have always been very visual, so I've always been able to see in the spirit. And I felt as though I was just reaching my hands up and just shaking the walls of the world.
Okay.
Saying, what is the truth here? I can see all of these things, but I can't see God. I can't see goodness. I can't see life, even though I've spent my entire life pursuing it.
So as a seeker of truth, you were like, I thought this was the path.
Sure enough.
And then you're thinking, I don't think this is the path.
Correct.
Okay.
So I booked myself a plane ticket to Egypt.
Oh, really?
I went to go confront whoever was in charge of this world.
Why Egypt?
I just felt like I needed to go to one of the most ancient places in the world, and I'd already been to many of them. I'd been a world traveler.
Okay.
And I hadn't been to the Great Pyramids, and I was offered a chance to go on a New Age tour.
Oh, okay. So you're going to get angry with the person who's got you on this journey, and you feel like this isn't quite right.
Yes, I'm shaking my fists.
Okay.
I'm saying, no, tell me, I have to see it now.
So you get to Egypt.
I get to Egypt. I can experience the gods and goddesses in Egypt because they're very real. They are Nephilim, and they live in a spiritual realm around the physical realm, and you can definitely interact with them if you have spiritual gifts from the Lord. And so I was interacting with them, and they're very alluring. They don't present themselves as evil or wrong, but I was confronting them and having conversations with them. And by the time I left there, I was very sick, and I was very sick for the next year of my life.
Wow. So it was like, this is not what I want.
Yeah, you don't go up against Nephilim without Jesus.
Okay. So now you're probably even more.
Even more so because I've already uprooted all
Yeah.
of my beliefs,
Yeah.
my entire center,
Yeah.
and I'm in a tailspin.
Okay.
I'm sick. I've run out of resources because all my plans had to change.
Yep. Wow. So now let's take it to the next segment, because this is about the time when you're about to encounter the truth. The real truth.
The real truth
That,
grabbed hold of
that's
me.
lasting,
Yep.
that bears fruit, and this is a segment of its own. So join us.